There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. Damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight, don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase, so catch me if I fall. Praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap, I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks, listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast, don't remember life before you, that's facts. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight, don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase, so catch me if I fall.
Hello and welcome, my name is Reese and today I'm going to be speaking to you about one of our channel partners, BITDEFENDER. Forever Motorsports is proudly supported by BITDEFENDER, one of the global leaders in cybersecurity. Stay safe with the most consistently top-rated antivirus of the last 10 years and counting. To protect yourself from cyber attacks, protect your browsing and personal information, and so much more, get BITDEFENDER. With BITDEFENDER's premium VPN, digital privacy and freedom is as easy as flicking on a light switch. Bank, stream, and download without exposing a single byte of personal information. Unblock your favorite streaming sites and get access to content that you want to watch on up to 10 devices today. Effective, invisible, and amazingly affordable. Use the link in the description to get started.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. Damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great. I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall. Praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap. I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks. Listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast. Don't remember life before you, that's fact. I feel good, you look great. I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall.
Hello everyone and welcome to Forever Sports. As one of the leading channels in the world providing free coverage of all of your favourite sports, we are asking for your support. Everything that we create at Forever Sports is available for free and always will be. To help us continue delivering high quality content, as well as expanding our coverage, we are asking you to consider supporting the channel by becoming a channel member. As part of the Forever Sports Members Club, you will gain access to select perks, such as exclusive stickers and emojis to use during our watch-alongs and live streams. You will also gain early access to premium content, as well as have your name listed on the channel under channel members. We strive to deliver quality content that is unmatched by other channels, and are always looking to take things up another level. And our members give us the chance to do this. It is thanks to our members and other support that we get from our fans that we are able to deliver campaigns such as the France 2023 on the ground coverage. So if you would like to continue supporting the channel and the free coverage that it provides, be sure to check the link in the description to become a channel member now.
Breaking news on Adrian Newey, a pivotal figure in Formula One, set to leave Red Bull Racing in 2025. Red Bull have confirmed that the legendary designer will depart in the first quarter of the year. Sky Sports News understands that Newey will not be required to serve a gardening leave. Thus, he will be free to join another Formula One team immediately to assist in their 2026 car design. Adrian Newey has been instrumental in Red Bull's dominance in Formula One, contributing to all their world titles since joining the team in 2006. His designs have led Red Bull to an impressive 13 world titles. Christian Horner, team principal, has described Newey as a true legend of the sport. His departure marks the end of an era for Red Bull, reflecting on a career that reshaped modern Formula One. As Newey prepares to exit, Red Bull is evolving its technical operations. The team is reportedly not completely reliant on Newey, ensuring a smooth transition and continued success. Speculations suggest Ferrari might be his next destination, especially with Lewis Hamilton joining them in 2025. This potential move could significantly impact both teams' futures. As we await Adrian Newey's next chapter, his legacy at Red Bull will undoubtedly influence the team for years to come. His vision and brilliance have been pivotal in their success. Stay tuned by liking the video and subscribing to the channel as we continue to follow this significant transition within Formula One. Adrian Newey's journey from a dream to a legendary career at Red Bull has been nothing short of inspirational.
Hello and welcome, my name is Reese and today I'm going to be speaking to you about one of our channel partners, BITDEFENDER. Forever Sports is proudly supported by BITDEFENDER, one of the global leaders in cybersecurity. Stay safe with the most consistently top-rated antivirus of the last 10 years and counting. To protect yourself from cyber attacks, protect your browsing and personal information, and so much more, get BITDEFENDER. With BITDEFENDER's premium VPN, digital privacy and freedom is as easy as flicking on a light switch. Bank, stream, and download without exposing a single byte of personal information. Unblock your favorite streaming sites and get access to content that you want to watch on up to 10 devices today. Effective, invisible, and amazingly affordable. Use the link in the description to get started.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. Damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great. I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall. Praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap. I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks. Listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast. Don't remember life before you, that's facts. I feel good, you look great. I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall.
Hello and welcome, my name is Reese and today I'm going to be speaking to you about one of our channel partners, BITDEFENDER. Forever Sports is proudly supported by BITDEFENDER, one of the global leaders in cybersecurity. Stay safe with the most consistently top-rated antivirus of the last 10 years and counting. To protect yourself from cyber attacks, protect your browsing and personal information, and so much more, get BITDEFENDER. With BITDEFENDER's premium VPN, digital privacy and freedom is as easy as flicking on a light switch. Bank, stream, and download without exposing a single byte of personal information. Unblock your favorite streaming sites and get access to content that you want to watch on up to 10 devices today. Effective, invisible, and amazingly affordable. Use the link in the description to get started.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. Damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great. I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall. Praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap. I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks. Listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast. Don't remember life before you, that's facts. I feel good, you look great. I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall.
Hello everyone and welcome to Forever Sports. As one of the leading channels in the world providing free coverage of all of your favourite sports, we are asking for your support. Everything that we create at Forever Sports is available for free and always will be. To help us continue delivering high quality content, as well as expanding our coverage, we are asking you to consider supporting the channel by becoming a channel member. As part of the Forever Sports Members Club, you will gain access to select perks, such as exclusive stickers and emojis to use during our watch-alongs and live streams. You will also gain early access to premium content, as well as have your name listed on the channel under channel members. We strive to deliver quality content that is unmatched by other channels, and are always looking to take things up another level. And our members give us the chance to do this. It is thanks to our members and other support that we get from our fans that we are able to deliver campaigns such as the France 2023 on the ground coverage. So if you would like to continue supporting the channel and the free coverage that it provides, be sure to check the link in the description to become a channel member now.
Breaking news on Adrian Newey, a pivotal figure in Formula One, set to leave Red Bull Racing in 2025. Red Bull have confirmed that the legendary designer will depart in the first quarter of the year. Sky Sports News understands that Newey will not be required to serve a gardening leave. Thus, he will be free to join another Formula One team immediately to assist in their 2026 car design. Adrian Newey has been instrumental in Red Bull's dominance in Formula One, contributing to all their world titles since joining the team in 2006. His designs have led Red Bull to an impressive 13 world titles. Christian Horner, team principal, has described Newey as a true legend of the sport. His departure marks the end of an era for Red Bull, reflecting on a career that reshaped modern Formula One. As Newey prepares to exit, Red Bull is evolving its technical operations. The team is reportedly not completely reliant on Newey, ensuring a smooth transition and continued success. Speculations suggest Ferrari might be his next destination, especially with Lewis Hamilton joining them in 2025. This potential move could significantly impact both teams' futures. As we await Adrian Newey's next chapter, his legacy at Red Bull will undoubtedly influence the team for years to come. His vision and brilliance have been pivotal in their success. Stay tuned by liking the video and subscribing to the channel as we continue to follow this significant transition within Formula One. Adrian Newey's journey from a dream to a legendary career at Red Bull has been nothing short of inspirational.
Hello and welcome, my name is Reese and today I'm going to be speaking to you about one of our channel partners, BITDEFENDER. Forever Sports is proudly supported by BITDEFENDER, one of the global leaders in cybersecurity. Stay safe with the most consistently top-rated antivirus of the last 10 years and counting. To protect yourself from cyber attacks, protect your browsing and personal information, and so much more, get BITDEFENDER. With BITDEFENDER's premium VPN, digital privacy and freedom is as easy as flicking on a light switch. Bank, stream, and download without exposing a single byte of personal information. Unblock your favorite streaming sites and get access to content that you want to watch on up to 10 devices today. Effective, invisible, and amazingly affordable. Use the link in the description to get started.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great. I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall. Praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap. I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks. Listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast. Don't remember life before you, that's fact. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight, don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase, so catch me if I fall.
Hello and welcome, my name is Reese and today I'm going to be speaking to you about one of our channel partners, BITDEFENDER. Forever Sports is proudly supported by BITDEFENDER, one of the global leaders in cybersecurity. Stay safe with the most consistently top-rated antivirus of the last 10 years and counting. To protect yourself from cyber attacks, protect your browsing and personal information, and so much more, get BITDEFENDER. With BITDEFENDER's premium VPN, digital privacy and freedom is as easy as flicking on a light switch. Bank, stream, and download without exposing a single byte of personal information. Unblock your favorite streaming sites and get access to content that you want to watch on up to 10 devices today. Effective, invisible, and amazingly affordable. Use the link in the description to get started.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight, don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase, so catch me if I fall. gon' last. You got it all on tap, I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks, listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast, don't remember life before you, that's fast. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight, don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase, so catch me if I fall.
Hello and welcome to Forever Motorsports. My name is Reese and today we are bringing you live the sprint race out in Miami, USA. Of course, this evening for some of you around the world. But I've just heard from one of the producers on Forever Motorsports that there was a bit of a scuffle between Esteban Ocon and Charles Leclerc on their way to the grid. So Esteban Ocon apparently has a broken front wing, which I'm sure they've already sorted out. And the Ferrari mechanics are looking at the tires of Charles Leclerc's car, which I'm sure are fine, but they're just checking that to make sure. So a little bit of drama on the way to the grid for this sprint race, but all looking good so far. I did ask in the comment section who is going to win the sprint in your opinions, as Yanni says, Max. We also have Nicola Duffy in the stream at the moment. Thank you very much for joining. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, as well as check out our channel partners, BITDEFENDER, linked down in the description below. We're looking at George Russell's car ahead of this race, all the cooling in the car at the moment, getting it ready for the start. A jam-packed grid at the moment, though, ahead of the sprint race. It's going to be very interesting. Max Verstappen, of course, not very surprisingly at the top of the grid for the start of this race. Charles Leclerc in second place, very good for himself because, of course, he did miss out on the majority of practice for practice yesterday afternoon because he did have that spin and cooked his clutch, unfortunately, meaning that he had to retire from the session. But he is now at the top of the timing boards by the looks of things. So hopefully the Ferraris are going to be competitive out here in Miami. A very difficult circuit, though, in terms of tire degradation. So we expect the majority of the grid to go out on the medium tire for the start of this race. We may get a few trying some gambles on the softs, but I don't know if it would work around the circuit with it being so high on tires degradation. But we've got those outliers like Carlos Sainz down in 5th. Oscar Piastri put in some good lap times for himself down in P6 in his McLaren. They've got a lot of upgrades for this race weekend, so hopefully they'll be able to pull something out of the bag. The two Aston Martins, for the first time, Stroll out-qualified Fernando Alonso. He'll be starting from P7. Very good for himself there. Alonso in P8. Lando Norris then behind them in P9, with Nico Hulkenberg, the Haas, finding some performance out here in Miami in P10. A little bit further down the grid, though, we did have some drama with, of course, Alex Albon, unfortunately, not being able to get his P16 time in the end because his lap was deleted for track limits in sprint qualifying. So we'll have to see what he's able to do from the back of the grid. It looks like he's actually starting from the pit lane for some reason. They're all Porchita saying hello from a lovely autumn evening in Josie. Yes, it certainly is a great evening out here at the moment. As JP says, come on, Leclerc, let's see some magic. Michelle McManus also giving their support for Charles Leclerc in the comment section. Be sure to let us know who you're supporting. Be sure to like the video as well and subscribe to the channel. So a little bit of a disappointment yesterday in qualifying would have been the Mercedes. They are down in P11 and 12 for this sprint race. Hopefully they'll be able to pull up their bootstraps for the qualifying later on this evening that Mark will be joining you for. But we'll have to wait and see what happens throughout the rest of this race. They did a lot of long runs though during practice one, the only practice session that we're having this race weekend. And they seemed okay on their long runs, but as we have now seen, aren't really showing anything special for qualifying. Max Verstappen looking ready to get his helmet on. It looks like his hair's a little bit wet. We know that this track gets so hot. The current air temperature is 28.6 degrees Celsius, but the track temperature is 45.8 degrees, of course, meaning that these tires cook. In practice one, we had temperatures over 50 degrees. I think it reached about 53, 54 at one stage, and the degradation was looking quite high on the tires. And we saw Max Verstappen try and go on a bit of a quick run on those tires, the soft tires that is, but unfortunately wasn't able to make that happen because he just cooked them too quickly. Adventurous Nomad in the comment section saying Sargent out qualified Albon for the first time in 34 attempts. Yes, he did, of course. Albon did out-qualify him, but he made a big cut on the track and had that lap time deleted. That was a track limits that he had in turns 15 and 16. He just completely cut that chicane. So pretty justified why he did have that lap time deleted, but we'll wait and see what he's able to do during the race. We're watching the grid currently going on at the moment, still very busy with celebrities and everyone who's needed to run those cars. We're looking at some of the McLaren guests for this race weekend. We've seen a lot of celebrities. Of course, a lot of the talk going into this weekend has been about Red Bull and Adrian Newey's departure from the team coming in the first quarter of 2025. Will that cause some uncertainty in that Red Bull team? They seem to be fine from the outer look of things, but you never know what's going to happen in the future with the loss of such a big person like Adrian Newey in that team, design and aero wise. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens there. But we're currently hearing from Christian Horner that the team are still looking strong and feeling strong for the future, and they have invested in their team. Just asking what they feel for the sprint here today. He says he thinks the sprint is an interesting one, but at the end of the day, it is still a race that is 4 points. At the end of the day, it's going to be about looking after the tires, he says, and after the race, they'll be able to look at some data and change the car and then get ready for qualifying later on this evening. So it's going to be a very busy session this afternoon with multiple laps taking place. I think it's normally about 18 laps or so, as we have Camila Cabello being interviewed on the grid right now. She's never been to Formula One, but really enjoying it, she says. But further towards the back of the grid, Tsunoda had a bit of a struggle in qualifying and had a bit of a struggle as well out in China, has seemed to lose a little bit of his momentum over Daniel Ricciardo, who's now all the way at the top of the grid, up in P4 for the start of the sprint race. I'm really looking forward to what he's going to be able to do this afternoon. He's been a little bit lost in the past few years, unfortunately, but seems to have found something with an upgraded chassis, or with a chassis swap rather, on his V-Carb car with that amazing livery for this race weekend. He did really well out in China before he got taken out by everyone's favorite driver, Lance Stroll, at the moment. But we'll have to wait and see what he's able to do during the sprint race here today. I'm hoping he can find something special. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comment section. Superman says, everyone here to see where Danny finishes. It is certainly going to be very, very exciting, Superman, and it's what I'm really looking forward to seeing this afternoon. It's a very difficult circuit, though. We saw a lot of mistakes throughout practice one. Still a few mistakes going into qualifying as well yesterday evening. A lot in the braking zones, especially in the final braking zone. I think that's about turn. I'm trying to see it on my track map here. I think it's about turn 19 or 18 that they're having a big braking struggle, really, because it is a high braking zone off of the long back straight. 5 minutes, though, we have left until the session does get underway. But going into the session, who do we think is going to make mistakes? I think Logan Sargent might have a little bit of a tough first couple of corners with the likes of Bottas and Alex Albon behind him, two really experienced drivers who are going to be trying to make up a couple of positions as they are starting a little bit out of phase where they are currently. JP saying Esteban Ocon has been given a 10-second time penalty after his contact with Charles Leclerc. Thank you very much for letting me know that. That is going to be a little bit difficult for him to make up time from that issue here today. Snowline commenting down in the comment section there, and Snowline is a member of the channel. That is why you see the little Forever Sports logo and their name highlighted there. If you'd like to be a member as well on our channel, be sure to check that out. I think there's also a link down in the description as well. It is linked up at the top of the chat right now. We're waiting for the action to get underway with 4 minutes left to get going until we get the green light for the formation lap. But before we do get going, be sure to let us know down in the comment section who you are supporting for this race. Looking at the points sitters at the moment, Valtteri Bottas still has no points. Logan Sargent also with no points for Williams. It's a very difficult midfield at the moment. It's very, very competitive. So you can understand why there are those at the back of the grid who have not been able to score points. But now we're getting the titles rolling ahead of this sprint race out in Miami. Snowline asking, are we ready? I am. I certainly also am ready for the session. Snowline, as Old Man Roo says, hello everybody. I'm a very happy old man today with Danny's quali. Last year he reeled off consistent fast laps, but was too far down the order. Let's hope today he can make that a little bit different. Yanni J just asking, where did they make contact, on the track or coming out of the pits? JP just confirmed for me, I think it was coming out of the pits. I'm going to check Twitter. Twitter's normally the best place to look for all Formula One news, or you could join our Discord server where we notify you whenever we do upload new Formula One videos. I'm going to quickly check what did happen there as we're looking at some stats about this circuit. The top speed around this Miami circuit is 348 kilometers an hour, 216.2 miles an hour, with 19 turns and an elevation of 3.53 meters, mostly seen through that turn, that tricky chicane sector of 13, 14, 15, and 16. Just to look at some other stats as well, just waiting for that to come up on my screen. This is, of course, the 6th round of the Formula One Championship. The track distance is 5.4 kilometers, 3.3 miles, with 19 laps or 100 kilometers during the sprint race. The strategy is that there are no mandatory pit stops, and the compounds for this race weekend are right in the middle. So I think it's the C4, 3, and 2 compounds. So just to make our way through the grid here, 20th place is Alex Albon, 19th is Valtteri Bottas, Logan Sargent starting in 18th place, Zhou Guanyu 17th, Gasly 16th, Tsunoda 15th, Magnussen 14th, Ocon 13th, but he will have a 10-second time penalty for that contact that he made with Charles Leclerc. I will let you know where that is. I'll go and research that now. Hamilton is in 12th behind his teammate George Russell in 11th. Nico Hulkenberg starts 10th. Behind Lando Norris in 9th, Alonso 8th, Stroll 7th, Piastri 6th, Carlos Sainz starts from 5th. Daniel Ricciardo had a great qualifying session yesterday for the sprint race today. He's starting from 4th, Sergio Perez then 3rd. Leclerc had a great qualifying session in 2nd, 0.1 seconds behind the reigning world champion of Max Verstappen. Starting from P1, TC says, hello and good afternoon, everybody. Snowline says, Ricardo shone yesterday. I am so hoping he will do well this weekend. I'm quickly checking where that contact happened with Esteban Ocon. If anyone in the comment section knows where that happened, it was in the pit lane. I am seeing it now. It was in the pit lane. But he will be starting from P2. He is all fine. It seems like there is no damage. They had to replace the front wing of Esteban Ocon's car, though, because he took it off. As Pureblood joins us now in the comment section as well. 117 of you watching alongside with me. Thank you very much for joining. Be sure to hit the like button. It does help us get recommended higher up in the search bar. We now are waiting for the green lights to be shown for the formation lap, which should be shown momentarily. We are just waiting for that now. It is shown as Max Verstappen launches from his grid box, getting a little bit of rubber down in his spot. TC says, if it's hot today, Mercedes will be in trouble. It is currently 45 degrees track temperature, 28, 29 degrees air temperature, so it's going to be a little bit difficult for them. Hopefully they do all right with their cooling. They seem to have brought a lot of cooling vents on their car for this race weekend, as Pureblood says McLaren will be rapid on the mediums. They certainly were looking very, very strong on that tyre, which is the preferred tyre for the sprint race here today. 19 laps is what we're going to be having here this afternoon. We're waiting for the formation lap to get done, and then we will get all of the drivers lined back up on the grid, and we will get the session underway. Our current Drivers' Championship is sitting, of course, with Max Verstappen out on top with 110 points, Sergio Perez in second with 85, Charles Leclerc in third with 76, Carlos Sainz in fourth with 69, Norris in fifth with 58 points, Piastri in sixth with 38 points, Russell seventh with 33, Alonso eighth with 31, Hamilton ninth with 19 points, and Stroll in 10th with 9 points. So Max Verstappen is currently making his way through the end of the second sector, about to come down that final back straight. The exit of turn 16 has proved to be tricky, though, for Charles Leclerc this weekend. Hopefully he can keep it neat and tidy as they go through there today. Of course, that is where he had his little bit of an issue yesterday during free practice 1. As Leonardo Longhi says, hello there, joined at the right moment, it seems. Yes, you certainly did. We are about to get underway as the drivers are making their way through the final corners now to line up on the grid. First place gets 8 points here, second place 7 points, and third place 6 for the top 3 spots, of course, in the sprint race. So Max Verstappen now starting to back the grid up as they come down the start-finish straight. He's going to do his start procedure and get that underway, and then we will get the start of this race going. Esteban Ocon had a dramatic start to his sprint race, of course, having that collision with Charles Leclerc in the pit lane. He now has a 10-second time penalty. He is forming his way up the grid. We're watching from Carlos Sainz's point of view down in P5. He is also looking poised to take some positions away from anybody during the start of this race. Waiting for the stragglers at the back to finish up the grid, as we're seeing Tsunoda form his way there, and now here comes the home favorite, Logan Sargent, the American driver. He lives about 16 miles away from the circuit, and Alex Albon, his teammate, is starting from the pit lane. Green flag is being waved at the back of the grid. Now, the lights are now showing, waiting for them to go out. Now they do. Max Verstappen with a good start. Where does Charles Leclerc come? Max Verstappen comes right across to defend, but Charles Leclerc gets a good start. Max Verstappen fends off very well. A lot of smoke coming from, I think that's Sergio Perez's brakes, as now Daniel Ricciardo gets ahead of Sergio Perez into turn 2. Oscar Piastri now starting to put a little bit of pressure over the back of, I think that might be Charles Leclerc. Yellow flag in sector 1. Piastri starting to put some pressure over the back of Charles Leclerc. Oh, sorry, Carlos Sainz. Piastri now up into P6, continuing to stay in P6. That Norris is out, though. Norris is out. He got hit by someone at the start of the race. He is down in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th corner at the moment. OMG, Danny Rick says pure blood. Lights out, says slow line. Robert Stallard says hi, all Island Man here. We usually do 2 wheels, but 4 might be interesting too. Daniel Ricciardo, though, having a stellar start, making his way up into the podium positions. Lando Norris, though, disappointing that he has been taken out in that corner. There's now a full safety car out on circuit. Leonardo saying, damn for Lando, disappointing that he has been taken out. Alonso saying, I have a puncture. Waiting for the replay of what happened with Lando Norris. Logan Sargent falls back in position to Pierre Gasly. I don't see any major damage to Lando Norris's car, but trying to see what the issue could be here. Some distraught looking McLaren fans out in the grandstands. Safety car is now backing up the grid. Max Verstappen is about to catch it. Gary saying it looks like it was Stroll and Norris. Let's see what the replay says. Watching Lando Norris, he seems to have a relatively good launch, getting all over the back of Fernando Alonso. Tries to go on the inside of Lance, or on the outside of Lance Stroll. It looks like, ooh, there was just 4 drivers going into one corner. That is the issue. Unfortunately, Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso were a little bit boxed by, I think that might have been a... Who was that on the very inside? So Fernando went on the inside of Lance Stroll. He got pushed, and then Hamilton came on the inside of Fernando Alonso and just caused a bit of an accident there, unfortunately. As Leonardo says, looks like Russell got the short stick in the start. TC says very aggressive start from Lewis. It certainly seems like it was. But unfortunately, Lando Norris being the collateral damage in that incident. The door did look quite wide open there from Fernando Alonso. So Lewis Hamilton certainly took it. He got a position away from, I think that's Hülkenberg at the start, and then saw the door wide open from Fernando Alonso, tried to take it, and unfortunately had a bit of a lockup. And Hamilton says on the radio there was a gap on the inside, so I went for it. Safety car is still out. Now watching from Lando Norris's point of view, he tries to go around the very outside of both McLarens, ends up also trying to go around the outside of Hamilton, Fernando, and Stroll. So 4 into 1, unfortunately, doesn't go into turn 1. There was bound to be some contact. Yeah, lots of damage to Fernando Alonso, or Lance Stroll's rims. So it looks like he might be out of this session as well, as he's getting wheeled into the pits. Safety car still out at the moment, following everyone out around, slowing them down, but hopefully they'll be out again shortly, as Alonso is trying to rejoin the rest of the grid. He is chasing them down the first DRS straight. So the biggest gainers from the start of the race was certainly Daniel Ricciardo, who started down in 4th, is now in 5th. Got past Sergio Perez at the start, very, very aggressive from himself, but absolutely phenomenal and exactly what he needs to do if he wants to continue in that race seat in the Veeb car. Alonso comes onto the radio now. being told on data the car looks all okay, so we can continue. He has now caught the back of the grid as the majority of the grid goes into the pits, as they are stipulating that they need to drive through the pits rather than through that sector with the damage, and where the marshals are trying to recover all of the damaged carbon fiber. Leonardo Longi says the underdogs now have a bigger chance to score points with Norris out and Astons and Russell far behind. And Superman says, go Danny. Old Man Roo saying it's going to be a long day for Alonso. Unfortunately, yes, he is down in P18 now with the retirements of Stroll and Lando Norris in 19th and 20th. But the safety car is now ending at the end of this lap, so we'll have to wait and see what he's going to be able to do from the back of the grid. But if anyone is able to make up a couple of positions before the end of this short race, it should certainly be Alonso. Teresa says, a quick recap, please. So from the start of the race till now, from even before the start of the race, we can go. Esteban Ocon made some contact with Charles Leclerc before the start of the sprint race. He gets a 10-second penalty. I think that's already been applied now, as he's all the way at the back of the grid. And then we had the start of the race where Alonso, Stroll, Hamilton, and Norris made contact, Norris being the worser of all of them in that contact. He's now out of the race in the pits, as is Stroll, as he has damage. Alonso's fine. He has put on some new tyres because he did have a puncture, but Hamilton seems to be all right. He's up in P9. Daniel Ricciardo, though, had a brilliant start of his race and made his way past Sergio Perez in the first corner. Samindi says, keep pushing Honey Badger. Yes, of course, please keep going. Daniel Ricciardo is now. Max Verstappen has restarted this sprint race. The safety car is in, gotten the jump over Charles Leclerc. It looks like he already has a little bit of an advantage over him and caught Charles Leclerc a little bit unawares. 0.7 is the gap from first to second. Daniel Ricciardo now chasing down Charles Leclerc for P2. Will he be able to make up some positions? Sergio Perez will be wanting to take that place back from Daniel Ricciardo, but will he be able to? That V-carb is looking quite competitive at the moment with their new upgrades. Leonardo Longi says, classic Lewis, for collide, but he's the only one who is fine. Certainly very, very lucky. Superman says, if Ricciardo passes Leclerc, I'll be so hyped. I don't know if he's going to be able to. Leclerc is now 0.8 seconds off the back of Verstappen, though. 1.6 seconds is the gap from Ricciardo to the leader, so that's about 0.8 seconds to Charles Leclerc as well, 0.8, 0.9. Snowline saying, I'd love to see Max and Danny as teammates again. It would certainly be very interesting, but he is now just out of a second from Charles Leclerc behind, or in front of him. Lewis Hamilton currently standing within the top 10 in 9th place, chasing down the two Haas drivers, doing really well at the moment in the top 10 in 8th and 7th place for Magnussen and Hulkenberg. Tsunoda is one of the only drivers running the soft tyres. Tsunoda and Sargent. Sargent's up in P12, Tsunoda in P10. But I do not think that Tsunoda is going to be able to run to the end on those softs, neither will Sargent. Those tyres will get eaten away so quickly with the degradation and heat around the circuit. Crow saying, what will happen to Lando's position if he stops? Lando is out of the race, so unfortunately he is not going to be getting any points for this at all. Max Verstappen currently 1 second ahead of Charles Leclerc, 1.066. The gap from Leclerc to Danny Rick is 2.6 seconds, or sorry, the gap from Verstappen to Danny Rick is 2.8 seconds, and to Perez is 3.4 seconds, already a bit of a gap forming between the top four right now. Adventurous Nomad saying, if you're watching along, please click the like button. Thank you very much for that, Adventurous Nomad, as we're seeing a bit of a lunge now from Sergio Perez on Daniel Ricciardo. Daniel Ricciardo not able to fend off Sergio Perez in the Red Bull. That is that position back for him. He has Charles Leclerc now to chase down for P2. He'd really like to get that position from Charles Leclerc and get some points for himself here today. TC saying Perez is normally a street circuit expert and he is rarely showing those expertise now. Carlos Sainz now also starting to reel in Daniel Ricciardo, starting to see the issues that VCARB car has in its race pace compared to the top runners out at the top. He's looking at a bit of a lunge, but unfortunately, Daniel Ricciardo just positioning his car perfectly right now to fend off from the Ferrari behind. Jayan says, hope Kevin can protect Nico to get points for the Haas drivers. That would be really, really interesting to see if he can. Daniel Ricciardo still positioning his car beautifully to fend off that Ferrari. The Ferrari trying to make its way back towards the back of that racing bull. Currently riding on board with Carlos Sainz through the first sector, looking really neat and tidy. Crow asking, how is Piastri doing? Piastri's up in P6, just waiting to see an onboard from him. He's still chasing down Sainz, but I don't think able to make many inroads right now. He's still within touching distance, but there is a bit of a DRS train forming. Sainz trying to make a bit of a lunge on Danny Rick, but Danny Rick still within DRS range of Sergio Perez, crucial to allow him to fend off the Ferrari behind. Watching a further look and a replay of the overtake from Sergio Perez on Daniel Ricciardo for third position in the sprint race, making the lunge on the inside of Daniel Ricciardo, just make it look so easy, having much more pace on the exit of the corner as well, and just running away from Daniel Ricciardo completely. Big gap forming now from Charles Leclerc to Sergio Perez. 2.8 seconds is that gap from Perez to Leclerc. Leclerc not having to fend off from Perez, but Perez defending quite heavily, I think, still from Daniel Ricciardo behind, who is within DRS range. 0.7 seconds is that gap. Carlos Sainz still really close to the back of Daniel Ricciardo. Be sure to let us know who you're supporting for the sprint race here today. Race Control noting the Norris incident, entering the track on foot is noted for Lando Norris. So maybe some issues for Lando Norris personally here. Adventurous saying here in the comment section, Xavi said to Charles, no GPS on our side. So they're having trouble tracking Charles Leclerc. We have his GPS data right now, but clearly they are struggling with GPS on their side. Snowline still giving their support for Daniel Ricciardo. Daniel Ricciardo really hoping to stick in that fourth position right now. Would be a great point haul for himself. A good look for himself right now as well. Fighting for that seat in the VCARB team, Visa Cash App Racing Bulls. We're calling them VCARB. It's a little bit easier. But Tsunoda doing all right at the moment, getting put under pressure from Gasly behind for P10, as we're watching Carlos Sainz still chasing down the back of Daniel Ricciardo, but not able to make any inroads right now. Lewis Hamilton chasing down Kevin Magnussen. 0.4 seconds is the gap between them. He has a little bit of lockup as they come through turn 16. That just slows him down as they come through the final two corners to finish up their lap. Snowline saying, of course, Max is always my number one driver, but I really like Danny too. Lewis Hamilton comes onto the radio saying, I'm very slow on the straight compared to the Haas's ahead. The Haas's are quite good with their top end speed, so not really surprised that he is struggling to keep up with them. And they're all saying Max LOL and hoping for a good position for Danny Rick. Verstappen is doing quite well for himself at the moment, 1.5 seconds ahead of Charles Leclerc. Hamilton still chasing down on the back of Kevin Magnussen, who's defending very, very hard. Lewis Hamilton trying to go around the outside though, but Magnussen defending really, really hard in the braking zone. They might get noted for multiple movements in the braking zone, but we'll wait and see what the stewards have to say. Crow says, I hope Russell gets higher, as we're still watching with Lewis Hamilton trying to get all over the back of Kevin Magnussen, losing out a little bit on position and time as now they come through the back straight. FIA stewards investigating after the sprint the incident with Lando Norris entering the track on foot. Sarah asking, do I think Charles can win this? I don't think so at the moment. 1.7 seconds is the gap to Verstappen ahead, and it is growing as I say that. 1.8 seconds now is that gap. Lewis Hamilton still trying to chase down Kevin Magnussen, not able to close down that gap enough. Magnussen having defended beautifully, and that has put now Lewis Hamilton on the back foot, raised his tyre temperatures a little bit, and he's falling behind as well to possibly cool those tyres down and mount another attack. Muller saying Sargent is currently in P12. Yes, he is. He's currently on soft, so had a good start to the race as well, as there was, of course, those people who have retired, and there was a bit of a scuffle in the first couple of corners. So he has done quite well there in the first couple of corners. Albon, his team, went down in P16, not making any inroads, as we're watching Kevin Magnussen running the chicane, and that is why he seems to be so far ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton comes onto the radio saying he gained an advantage, he skipped the chicane, so I'm sure the stewards will look into that as well. Just gives you a few extra meters in the DRS zone and just allows you to break that toe a little bit, and that does have a big effect, so the stewards will certainly have a look into that corner cutting from Kevin Magnussen. Carlos Sainz is getting really close to the back of Daniel Ricciardo now. 0.3 seconds is that gap as we're watching them come now through the final corner. Daniel Ricciardo trying to go wide to defend in the DRS zone. Now onto the inside. Will Carlos Sainz be able to come around the outside and take that fourth position away from Daniel Ricciardo? No, he won't. Danny Rick defending for his life with 10 laps done. 9 laps left to go of this Formula One sprint race out in Miami. Noel Porchita saying fastest lap for Max Verstappen here today. Yes, he certainly does have that lap, fastest lap time at the moment. Jayan saying, please defend well, Kevin. He certainly is defending really well over the 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton right now. Max Verstappen just showing his dominance in the sprint race, 2.1 seconds ahead of Charles Leclerc. Sergio Perez, I think 2.4 seconds still behind Charles Leclerc as well, so he's not able to make any inroads to the Ferrari driver. Hopefully they'll be able to have a bit of an interesting qualifying session later this evening and give us some interesting racing tomorrow afternoon. Race control noting leaving the track and gaining an advantage noted for Kevin Magnussen in turn 15, so we will wait and see whether they do give any action for that. Max Verstappen coming onto the radio saying balance and deg update please, Max. Max says terrible, zero real grip like quali, so he is currently struggling out on circuit, but he is 2.1 seconds ahead of Charles Leclerc. 1.9 seconds is the gap now, so it does look like they are struggling a little bit in the Red Bulls. Quite surprising to hear that they're not as comfortable as you would expect them to be, but we'll have to wait and see what Max Verstappen and the Red Bull engineers are able to do on the pit wall and in the car, whether they're able to improve their setup for the race and for qualifying later on. Crow saying, I'm pretty new to Formula One. How does the sprint race determine race day positions? It doesn't at all. It is just a bonus race throughout the race weekend that we get in for instead of the practice sessions that we normally get. We will still have a normal qualifying session later on this evening that Mark will be commentating on. So that will be a little bit later at about 10 o'clock South African time. I think that's in about 4 hours from now. JP says, what we have learned from the track is it is crap for the sprints. As Lewis Hamilton is now all over the back of Kevin Magnussen, will he be able to take this position as they come through the big DRS braking zone? Magnussen brakes really late to try and defend on the inside, brakes late. Hamilton does the switchback, but now Magnussen takes that position back. Once again, brilliant defensive moves from the Haas driver, defending like an absolute lion through the middle sector of the circuit. TC saying everyone else struggles more than Red Bull, though. Certainly, I'm sure that is what is going on at the moment. FIA stewards noting that Magnussen incident for leaving the track and gaining an advantage still noted. No decision as of yet, and it is now decided Kevin Magnussen has got a penalty of 10 seconds for running that chicane and gaining an advantage. Carlos Sainz trying to go around the outside now on Daniel Ricciardo. Will he be able to make this move stick? No, he doesn't. Daniel Ricciardo is still defending beautifully on the outside, just closing the door on Carlos Sainz. This is now opening the door, though, for Oscar Piastri now all over the back of Carlos Sainz. Adventurous Nomad saying Charles is shouting, don't speak in the corners, and Xavi has said, copy that. Just watching now on this moment from Lewis Hamilton trying to get past but Kevin Magnussen. Magnussen goes really wide through the braking zone. Hamilton says, yeah, he just drove into me. I do see a little bit of contact between the two drivers as they went through the middle sector there. And Magnussen was completely off the circuit as well. So there might be another penalty coming for Kevin Magnussen. He's already got a 10-second penalty. He might get another one, as Leonardo Longhi says. Rest in peace, Magnussen. Time to slow down Hamilton as much as possible then. Snowline says, keep closing the door on him, Danny. Race Control noting the incidents for speeding in the pit lane for Lewis Hamilton. Noah Porchita says, hang it in there, Danny. That speeding in the pit lane for Lewis Hamilton would have been under the safety car. Daniel Ricciardo still holding on to fourth place right now. He's got a 1-second gap to Carlos Sainz behind him. Brilliant pace from the V car out here today. Nicholas says, how many laps left to go? We are currently on lap 13 of 19. Verstappen is still not happy with the grip of the car as Lewis Hamilton once again trying to take a look at taking that position away from Kevin Magnussen now in turn 1. That was, and this is allowing Yuki Tsunoda to catch up to the back of those two drivers as well. Charles Leclerc sticking it in with Max Verstappen, though, slowly eating away at Max Verstappen's lead. 1.7 seconds now is that gap. Max Verstappen is struggling on those tyres. 1.6 seconds is now the gap from Verstappen to Charles Leclerc. TC says Lewis is going to be the last if he gets a 10-second penalty. Hopefully he won't, but there are still other drivers who might get penalties as well. Lewis Hamilton trying to make another move on Kevin Magnussen, not able to get close enough, though, right now. Adventurous Nomad saying, who said Daniel Ricciardo was washed up? Certainly not us, as Lewis Hamilton is all over the back of Kevin Magnussen as they come through turn 14, 15, and 16, now exiting and going down the back straight as they once again end their lap. Magnussen desperate to cling on to this position, as is Daniel Ricciardo desperate to cling onto fourth place. 0.6 seconds is the gap from Ricciardo to Sainz behind him. Nicholas says, not going to lie, I did think that Danny Rick was washed up. Well, now you know he's not. Carlos Sainz all over the back of Danny Rick, but Ricciardo defending really well in that V carb right now. Leclerc 1.7 seconds now off the back of Verstappen, so sticking with and with about, with and whereabouts with Max Verstappen, but not able to take any big chunks out of his time as of yet. Crow asking, will the out drivers be able to be in quali, or will the cars be repaired in time? They should be repaired in time, we hope. They have got about 4 hours to get them sorted, and they will be allowed to take part in qualifying as well. Adventurous Nomad says Charles gets told to do a late downshift into turn 4 for reliability. That is not what we want to hear, as we're now seeing a late move from Lewis Hamilton into the braking zone, but very late for Kevin Magnussen and Lewis Hamilton, both going off the road. This is a brilliant chance for Yuki Tsunoda, who goes around the outside of Lewis Hamilton, takes that position away for P9. Brilliant move for Yuki Tsunoda on the soft tyres, taking a brilliant opportunity here at the end of the race, lap 14 of 19 now. Jane Seo is going to be very happy. He's saying, hang in there, Kevin. Protect Nico at all costs. Gary saying, one swallow does not make a summer. Daniel Ricciardo is going to have to prove himself consistently to earn a Red Bull seat. That is certainly very, very true. But if he continues with his current form, that could be a good opportunity for him. Black and white flag shown now for Kevin Magnussen. JP saying K-Mag is a proper menace today. He certainly is. Narol Pochita saying go Yuki, as Yuki made some brilliant moves on some very, very experienced drivers. Hamilton saying he pushed me off the track. Yeah, I think you both just went late on the brakes there, mates. Yuki Tsunoda, though, saw that door wide open and did not need an invitation to take that place. Tsunoda up into 8th ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. Kevin Magnussen down in 10th. I don't know why he's down there now, but he has fallen down to 10th place as Lewis Hamilton trying to steal that position back again from Yuki Tsunoda down into the braking zone after the first DRS. Superman saying, why didn't everyone take softs? Don't they last 19 laps? Well, they certainly do. Tsunoda seemingly doing all right on softs at the moment, but we'll have to wait and see what happens in the last couple of laps now as he is pushing quite hard. Adventurous Nomad saying Kevin Magnussen now gets the vote for the Minister of Defence this season. Yes, he certainly does. As Yuki Tsunoda is still defending off from Lewis Hamilton right now. George Russell having a bit of a move looked at him from Alex Albon in 15, trying to get past George Russell in 14th. George Russell trying to fend off hard from Alex Albon, who is showing some really good pace here on the mediums. Narol Pochita saying Max has pulled out more time on Leclerc. 1.9 seconds is currently that gap. Cinnamon Ben says, come on, Alonso. And TC says Lewis is getting plenty of airtime. Kevin Magnussen has another penalty to add to his tally, another 10 seconds. So he has a total of 20 seconds worth of penalties here. 10 seconds for leaving the track, and another one for leaving the track and getting an advantage again. Robert Stallard says Superman probably not, plus they only have so many tires for the whole weekend, so it depends on strategy. Yes, regarding why they didn't take soft tires. They essentially get given a free set of tires for the sprint race. 3 laps left to go of the sprint race out here in Miami. Been certainly quite punchy and exciting here this afternoon. Hopefully a good indicator of what we should see tomorrow in the main event. Verstappen 2.4 seconds ahead of Charles Leclerc. Perez 1.6 seconds now behind Leclerc. FIA stewards Magnussen Hamilton incident in turn 11, leaving the track and getting an advantage, is under investigation. So even more woes for Kevin Magnussen could be coming. Lewis Hamilton still chasing down the likes of Yuki Tsunoda right now, not able to make any inroads, as Leonardo Longhi says Magnussen has no reason to care for penalties anyway. He has done his job already. Andrew Townend saying Alonso seems to be struggling to pass Ocon. Wonder if he has any damage. He certainly could have some floor damage or some skirting damage, which does affect the pace of the car quite a lot in these really aero-sensitive ground effect cars that we have in this era. Jayan says, hope a 6-second gap is enough to ensure Haas to get points. Thanks for Kevin's efforts. Cinnamon Ben says, pull your finger out, Aston Martin. And Snow Lion says, Magnussen face smash. Daniel Ricciardo, though, is still really doing well in 4th place, holding out ahead of the Ferrari Carlos Sainz. Certainly not what I expected here today. I thought that the rest of the grid was going to be able to just blow past him, but he seems to be doing really, really well. And yeah, that is quite exciting for the Daniel Ricciardo fans to see. They are now about to start their final lap out on circuit. I think they've just started lap 18, so they're on the second to last lap out on circuit. So 2 laps left to go, and then we will get our podium places for this race. But looking quite set with Verstappen, Leclerc, and Perez. Another Red Bull sandwich with Ferrari in the middle. Yanni saying Yuki, as he is currently up in 8th place, fending off the 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton. Kevin Magnussen down in 10th place. He's got 20 seconds worth of penalties. He'll be happily last, even behind those who retired with those amounts of penalties now. Old Man Roo says, remind me to breathe. Come on, Danny. Also, Oscar in P6. Go Aussies. Certainly a great day for the Aussies here in Miami. Sainz looking at another opportunity on Daniel Ricciardo, not able to make that work, as Daniel Ricciardo still having the better lines for himself, looking very strong in that Cash App Racing Bulls car at the moment as they come through the end of the second sector. Snow Lion saying Aussie, Aussie in the comment section there. Turn 16, they're coming through now. Carlos Sainz still too far back off of Daniel Ricciardo to make any inroads, at least from what I can see coming towards the next braking zone. Daniel Ricciardo is really in this position on merit, having made up the position from Sergio Perez in the first couple of corners, and then getting past again, but now fending really beautifully from Carlos Sainz, who, as they're now coming down the start-finish straight, start their final lap of the sprint race out in Miami. Noel Porchita says, breathe, old man Brew. Great race by Danny Rick, as they're now coming through the corners for the final time in this first sector now. This is going to be very, very important for Daniel Ricciardo's career. Going to be very good for his ego and his psychology. I think it's going to help him to bounce back from the woes that he's had in the past couple of years, where he has seemingly been struggling in the other teams that he has been in. And that speeding in the pit lane incident for Lewis Hamilton is under investigation, as we have Piastri now also starting to catch up to the back of Carlos Sainz. So could we get the two Aussies working together to get past the only non-Aussie outlier of Carlos Sainz right now, as Daniel Ricciardo is really defending quite hard, and now Carlos Sainz might have to start thinking about defending from Oscar Piastri behind him. Daniel Ricciardo breaking that toe quite well as they come down that that back finish straight. As now Max Verstappen finishes the race here in Miami. Charles Leclerc comes home in second place, and now we're looking at Carlos Sainz chasing down Daniel Ricciardo. Really, really close as they come across the line. But Daniel Ricciardo scores brilliant amounts of points here in Miami and scores fourth place. So 1, 2, and 3 is Verstappen, Leclerc, and Sergio Perez, with Daniel Ricciardo finishing in fourth, Carlos Sainz in fifth, Oscar Piastri in sixth, Hulkenberg finishing in seventh, Lewis Hamilton in eighth, Yuki Tsunoda in ninth, Kevin Magnussen in 10th, but he will get a bunch of penalties and pretty much fall to the back of the grid. Gasly in 11th, Sargent 12th, Show 13th, Russell 14th, Alonso 15th, or Albon 15th rather, Bottas 16th, Ocon 17th, Alonso in 18th after that crash that he had with Lando Norris, Stroll, and Lewis Hamilton. And of course, the two retirements from the race is Lance Stroll and Lando Norris. Max Verstappen comes onto the radio getting told congratulations from his race engineer. He says, good win. But just, yeah, saying that they had the same issues with tyres as they had in quali, so maybe just needing to have a little bit of a look into that before the qualifying later on this evening, as well as, of course, the main event, the race tomorrow afternoon out here in Miami. Thank you very much for joining us, though, here on Forever Motorsports. It has been a jam-packed and busy sprint race with a lot of passing, a lot of excitement, and yeah, certainly has been a great indicator of what should happen tomorrow afternoon in the main event, of course, here in Miami. Be sure to join us for that. Be sure to join us as well for qualifying later on this evening. Mark will be joining you and commentating for that session, so be sure to join him for that. Just to make our way through the grid one more time, Verstappen took first place with Leclerc in second, Perez in third, Ricciardo fourth, Sainz fifth, Oscar Piastri sixth. Then it was seventh is Hulkenberg, Hamilton 8th, Tsunoda 9th, Magnussen 10th, but he should be getting penalties. Gasly 11th, Sargent 12th, 13th, Joe Russell 14th, Albon 15th, Bottas 16th, Ocon 17th, Alonso 18th, Stroll out, as well as Norris out. But once again, thank you very much for joining me here today. Old Man Roo is very happy down in the comment section for Daniel Ricciardo having finished in 4th place here today. We're very happy for him as well. We're hoping he can continue with that pace for the rest of this race weekend. But once again, thank you very much for joining us here on Forever Motorsports. Be sure to check out our channel partners, BITDEFENDER, down in the link in the description below, as well as be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. But that has been it from me, Reese, here on Forever Motorsports. Cheers.